Driving down to Richmond, see her castle perched on high, where knights in shining armour once stood in days gone by, and the monks in Eastby Abbey prayed to the water's sound. Now the monks have gone, the river flows on by the abbey's holy ground. So flow, river, flow, wind your gentle way. I love the dale, I love the swale, in Swaledale I will stay. Heading on out westwards, towards the river's source, to the parish church at Brinton, lying close to the river's course. Then a short climb up the hillside to Reed's once busy green, where the men of the dales they made their sails and the lead miners were seen. So flow, river, flow, wind your gentle way. I love the dale, I love the swale, in Swaledale I will stay. Helo, Keld and Muker, Low Row and Gunnerside, time can never change them, nor age their beauty hide. And the simple dalesmen's houses lying dotted all around, they are part of the dale, they belong to the swale, to the river they are bound. So flow, river, flow, wind your gentle way. I love the dale, I love the swale, in Swaledale I will stay. I can see her in the springtime, her blossom everywhere. I can see her in the summer and breathe her warm fresh air. I can see her in the autumn when her colours all do change, and when the snow does fall I can hear her call, her beauty still remains. So flow, river, flow, wind your gentle way. I love the dale, I love the swale, in Swaledale I will stay. So flow, river, flow, wind your gentle way. I love the dale, I love the swale, in Swaledale I will stay. Summer water rise, and summer water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. Summer water rise, and summer water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. An angel of the Lord one day in the guise of an old man was travelling through Wensleydale, that's how it all began. As day grew on he reached a town by Summer Water shore, a town of life and laughter, but soon to be no more. Summer water rise and summer water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. He went knocking at every door, begging for some bread and a place to rest in comfort for the night that lay ahead. But every house said just the same, there is no food for you. If only they had known then what the old man could do. Summer water rise and summer water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. The last house up the hillside was a dwelling old and poor. They gladly shared their supper and they offered even more. Next morning when the man stepped out from a warm and cosy bed, he raised his hand in anger and this is what he said. Summer water rise and summer water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. Then darkness fell upon the town, the lake began to rise. It swallowed all the houses and covered all their eyes. When the sun rose in the morning, the town was gone for good. All save the little cottage where the old man found his food. Send the water rise and send the water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. Send the water rise and send the water sink, and cover all save this little house that gave me meat and drink. Isabella Beaufort found her faith, avoiding the attentions of Henry VIII. Dressed up as a page boy she did flee, and landed at the doors of the Marrick Priory. Oh, let me in, poor Isabella cried. The prioress took pity and let her inside. It wasn't very long before her secret was revealed, but Christabella Cowper said, my lips are sealed. Poor Isabella, living as a nun, far from her lover, a woman on the run, hiding from the king in fear for her life, wishing she were Edward Herbert's wife. As for Edward Herbert, the country squire, living down in Somerset, his heart on fire, he searched for Isabella all he could, refusing to believe that she was gone for good. Oh, what a lucky man was he! His auntie was the prioress of Amesbury. Before the dissolution she did go to visit Marrick Priory, little did she know. Can you imagine auntie's surprise, seeing Isabella there before her very eyes? Sent her down to Somerset to spend her days, as Mrs. Edward Herbert, so the story says. Now you've heard the tale, well here's the catch. Did Isabella Beaufort really find her match? For down in Marrick Priory below the ground, the tomb of Isabella Beaufort was found. From Keld we'll walk to Grinton churchyard, 2 days' journey and a night, with John Blake's body on our shoulders, wrapped in linen clean and white, clean and white, clean and white, all wrapped in linen clean and white. From Easton Hill and down to Mewker, for the Swale up Ivelet side, with food and drink upon our way, which John Blake's kinfolk will provide. Will provide, which John Blake's kinfolk will provide.
Meat with badgers and with higglers, carrying cloth and salt and corn, and when we get down into Feetham, there we'll rest till early morn.
Early morn, and there we'll rest till early morn.
He'll leave his body in the dead house, and at the inn we'll spend the night. We'll drink our shots before retiring, and be ready at daylight.
At daylight, and be ready at daylight.
Heel or wreath
Meath and into Grinton, changing relays all the way. We'll bury his body in the churchyard, last farewells we'll fondly say.
Fondly say, our last farewells we'll fondly say. Then it's down to the inn for the rest of the evening, drinking till the shot's all done. Then back we'll head at early morn, along Corpse Way where we had come. We had come along Corpse Way where we had come.
Oh, men beware of Ass Creek Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ass Creek Moor. Oh, men beware of Ass Creek Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ass Creek Moor. One summer's day to Ass Creek Fair came a rich Scots lord on a fine grey mare. To sell his cattle there he stayed, all dressed up in his tartan plaid. Well, he sold his cattle and his purse was fat, with a carefree air he headed back. He met with a farmer and his son on the Swaleder road where he had come. Oh, men beware of Ass Creek Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ass Creek Moor. We'll show you a better road, said they, through Newbig and not far away. But the road they went was a cul-de-sac, and the poor rich Scots lord never came back. As luck would have it, their deeds were seen, for behind the wall two lovers had been. The farmer offered a handsome sum, so the lovers got married and they stayed mum. Oh, men beware of Ass Creek Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ass Creek Moor. Well, the ghost stayed round to haunt the purse, and on the lovers he put a curse. But the A secret they would always keep, so the rains came down and drowned their sheep. So the Scots Lord lay below the ground, till some years later his bones were found. They recognised him by his blade, and in Grinton churchyard he was laid. Oh, men beware of Ascrick Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ascrick Moor. So that was the end of the Scots Lord's ghost, but there's many more bones the Moors can boast. For the cross grows high and the wind blows cold above the tales that can't be told. For many are the men that took no care when they made their money at Ascrick Fair. Now they lie forevermore, buried in the peat on Ascrick Moor. Oh, men beware of Ascrick Fair, take care of your money when you go there. You may end up dead and poor, buried in the peat on Ascrick Moor, buried in the peat on Ascrick Moor.
Take a walk up the hill, along Cornerside Gill. Every step takes you back in time. See the hushes and the mills, and the levels there still. And remember the life of the lead mine. Oh, it's 3 long miles to the blind Gill level, but in all wild weathers we made it. We got soaked in the rain and got soaked once again, as down in the pit we waded. I remember lifting buckets full of water from the ground over half of the shift and more. And the water never stopped dripping on us from up top, and the mud never dried on the floor. Take a walk up the hill, along Cornerside Gill. Every step takes you back in time. See the hushes and the mills, and the levels there still, and remember the life of the lead mine. I can still smell the fumes from the old gunpowder, and the smell of the damp foul air. Candle smoke and sweat are not easy to forget when they follow you round everywhere. And if it wasn't for the little piece of land we worked for food, we'd barely a living wage. And consumption took its toll on many a poor soul who died at an early age. Take a walk up the hill, along Cornerside Gill. Every step takes you back in time. See the hushes and the mills, and the levels there still, and remember the life of the lead mine. Silver Hill and Dolly and Sir Francis Level, Harriet, Priscilla and Blind Gill. Memories of the past in these names will ever last, like the lead in the mines you can find still. Now the mines are covered over and the grass is growing high, and there's picnics on a summer Sunday, and the children play and shout as they sing and run about. Perhaps they'll read about us one day. Take a walk up the hill, along Cornerside Gill. Every step takes you back in time.
Linton Mill. Position the family head, occupation a miner for lead. Age near 55, children 6 still alive. Wife 4 years passed on, date 1851. In this census you ask me to tell me name and dependence as well. In addition, the work that we've done in this year of 1851. Now me eldest lass Helen's here still. She's a power loom weaver at the mill. She's 21 and she rises at 4, never late at the factory door. Name William Gill, residing at Linton Mill. Position the family head, occupation a miner for lead. Age near 55, children 6 still alive. Wife 4 years passed on, date 1851. Now at 19 there's George Beaver's son, and 2 years behind him there's John. And at Grassington Mines they'll be found, like their dad in the gold underground. Then there's Sarah, she's only 13, but she's a woman and keeps the house clean. And she feeds us and keeps us alive, and looks after Margaret who's 5. Name William Gill, residing at Linton Mill. Position the family head, occupation a miner for lead. Age near 55, children 6 still alive. Wife 4 years passed on, date 1851. Now me last son has me own name of Bill, and already he works at the mill. But in the mornings he still goes to school, for a 10-year-old isn't life cruel. Now all that I've said here is true. We've all got our own jobs to do. In your census we seem pretty small. We're a poor Wharfdale family, that's all. Name William Gill, residing at Linton Mill. Position the family head, occupation a miner for lead. Age near 55, children 6 still alive. Wife 4 years passed on, date 1851. In Swaledale one May, it was on a Sunday in the late 1400s in Kells, and the chapel was filled with the meek and goodwill. Oh, but that was the very last service they held. The priest, he was praying out loud solemnly that men might as one live in sweet harmony. When everyone froze as a stranger arose and shattered the atmosphere so shamelessly. Oh yea, for a calf I do pray. Here's tuppence for him who can help me, he yelled. These words he did say and the people did pay. 'Twas the last day they prayed in the chapel at Kells. what to do. They were stunned into silence, each one. What could anyone say when addressed in this way? Then at last someone stood up and begged him be gone, but the stranger would not heed this friendly advice. He still stood his ground when even asked twice. He wouldn't go out but continued to shout. It was clear they would need a more drastic device. Oh yea, for a cough I do pray. Here's tuppence for him who can help me, he yelled. These words he did say and the people did pay. 'Twas the last day they prayed in the chapel at Keld. So with one accord and disdain of the Lord, they set on him all to a man. But the stranger remained and some blows were ill-aimed, and within a few moments a riot began. When the people outside heard this terrible din, they rushed through the doors and they all then joined in. As fists flew about, well, the stranger slipped out, and that was the last that was e'er seen of him. Oh yea, for a cough I do pray. Here's tuppence for him who can help me, he yelled. These words he did say and the people did pay. 'Twas the last day they prayed in the chapel at Keld. But the fighting went on even though he had gone. There were many black eyes to be seen. There was blood everywhere and the cries filled the air, and with never a thought for the service there'd been. When the dust had all settled, the damage lay clear, the chapel in ruins and the people paid dear. For as from that day no more could they pray in the chapel where the stranger at Keld did appear. Oh yea, for a cough I do pray. Here's tuppence for him who can help me, he yelled. These words he did say and the people did pay. 'Twas the last day they prayed in the chapel at Keld. Late one night in January 1973, a white-haired lady first appeared to millions on TV. Her way of life and cheerful smile brought her instant fame. So now I sing my song for her, Hannah Hawkswell is her name. So here's to you, Hannah Hawkswell. You live your life in peaceful harmony. You've given us a glimpse of values long since gone. Hannah Hawkswell, lily of the valley. Born in 27 on a farm in Waltersdale, when times were hard and many other farms were up for sale. An only child and never wed, you still live there alone. Low Burkhat Farm is all you have, and the valley is your home. So here's to you, Hannah Hawkswell. You live your life in peaceful harmony. You've given us a glimpse of values long since gone. Hannah Hawkswell, lily of the valley. And early every morning, no matter what the day, you go and fetch your water from a stream not far away. And even in the winter, when the ice is setting fast, once a month from Cotherstone, the grocer makes a call. He leaves a little cardboard box upon a dry stone wall. Then you have to walk above a mile to the road upon the hill. And that's the only time you leave your farm to collect your monthly bill. So here's to you, Hannah Hawkswell. You live your life in peaceful harmony. You've given us a glimpse of values long since gone. Hannah Hawkswell, lily of the valley. Out walking with her ladyship, your old and faithful cow. You talk to Pennine walkers, they all know of you now. One beast a year is all you raise to help you live your way. Your future, like your past, is in the valley, come what may. So here's to you, Hannah Hawkswell. You live your life in peaceful harmony. You've given us a glimpse of values long since gone. Hannah Hawkswell, lily of the valley. Hannah Hawkswell, lily of the valley.
I've worked up at the old gang for nigh on 30 years. I've had my share of sorrows and I've had my share of tears. But now to the old gang I'll never walk no more. For the mine it is a closing for the price of Spanish ore. And it's farewell to the old gang, no more we'll mine for lead. We're heading down to Lancashire and the cotton mills instead. I started as a washer lad with 14 hours of toil. I worked upon the hushes to clear away the soil. I've shivered in the cold damp pit, me body tired and sore. Now the mine it is a closing for the price of Spanish ore. And it's farewell to the old gang, no more we'll mine for lead. We're heading down to Lancashire and the cotton mills instead. I remember when the ore was priced at £20 a ton. The bosses made their fortunes then, each and every one, while we slaved to earn a pay no higher than before. Now the mine it is a closing for the price of Spanish ore. And it's farewell to the old gang, no more we'll mine for lead. We're heading down to Lancashire and the cotton mills instead. And now me bags are ready packed, me cottage is all there. I've sold off all me furniture just to pay me fare. I'll travel across to Askerigg town and there I'll catch the train to take me down to Lancashire. I'll not be back again. and it's farewell to the old gang. No more we'll mine for lead. We're heading down to Lancashire and the cotton mills instead. And it's farewell to the old gang. No more we'll mine for lead. We're heading down to Lancashire and the cotton mills instead.
Oh, drummer, keep drumming and keep your rhythm to rule. Beat the drum, we will come above you. These parting words in Richmond by some soldiers once were said, and they echoed round and round in the gallant drummer's head, with stories of King Arthur and the promise of reward. The soldiers did persuade him when they said with one accord, oh, drummer, keep drumming and keep your rhythm true. Beat the drum, we will come above you. Now the soldiers, they were brave, oh, but they were cautious too, and they wanted to discover if the tales they'd heard were true, that a passage underneath the ground to Easby Abbey led. So they called the little drummer boy, and this is what they said, oh, drummer, keep drumming and keep your rhythm true. Beat the drum, we will come above you. They said they were too big to explore the passageway, but a lad so small as he could get through in half a day. And if he played upon his drum as he marched under the ground, they would follow from above as they listened to the sound. Oh, drummer, keep drumming and keep your rhythm true. Beat the drum, we will come above you. So they led him to the cellars underneath the castle keep, and they pointed to the entrance of the passage dark and deep. And with the roll upon the drum ringing clear beneath their feet, they'd reach the grammar school all along the cobbled street. Oh, drummer, keep drumming and keep your rhythm true. Beat the drum, we will come above you. Then without a warning, the drummer ceased to play. What it was that made him stop, there was none could ever say. But at night when all is quiet and the town is all asleep, you may still hear the echo underneath the Richmond street. Oh, drum.